Hello and welcome to An Old Man Watches, and today I'm going to be talking about the micro-budget 1977 action film In Hot Pursuit. And in this film, we meet a pair of not terribly bright brothers, the improbably named Oosh and Doosh, who work as drug couriers in rural Georgia. And the current caper that the duo are involved with goes awry, likely because most of their colleagues aren't even any smarter than Oosh and Doosh themselves. Certainly none of them are criminal masterminds, that's for sure. And the general incompetence of this band of crooks leads to Oosh and Doosh being picked up by the cops and thrown in the local slammer. Now this is an impressively epic screw-up because A, the brothers are extremely important to local operations and making the money, and B, their bosses are corrupt local politicians, who cannot afford to be exposed should, Oosh and Doosh decide to cut a deal. The crime bosses therefore organise a daring and improbable escape for the duo. And because this is an action movie, they do this by sending a helicopter to airlift the guys out of jail, rather than, just like pay a dirty cop to mess up the paperwork or something, practical and effective like that. Now, helicopter rescues don't come cheap, of course, and Oosh and Doosh need a big score to balance the books with their employers. No problem, right? Well, as mentioned above, the brothers are no criminal masterminds. In fact, there's little evidence they've got much in the way of minds at all, and their attempt to get a big score to balance the books quickly goes south, which necessitates that they try for an even bigger score. And, as you might imagine, things escalate from there in a series of criminal misadventures. So, this film is also known as The Polk County Pot Plane, which is the title that you'll find it under in IMDb, in fact. And it's apparently something of a favourite of Quentin Tarantino's, or at least he chose to present it as part of his Grindhouse Film Festival back in 2007, when the film would have been having, its 30th anniversary. Now, I don't know Mr. Tarantino personally, so I can't say what appealed to him about it, but I would suspect it's got more to do with the behind-the-scenes aspects of the production than the actual film itself, because, spoiler, it's not a good film. But to be fair, those behind-the-scenes aspects are quite interesting. You see, in 1975, a group of small-time marijuana dealers in Georgia hatched something of a madcap scheme to increase their profits. What do we need to increase our profits? We need more pot. Okay, how do we do that? We salvage a DC-4 from the scrapyard, fly it to Colombia, fill it with 3 tons of drugs, fly it back, and land it on a muddy makeshift landing strip that we bulldoze out of the local forest mere hours beforehand. No way the cops can catch us, right? Because they certainly can't be at the landing site. It doesn't exist until right before the plane arrives. Well, there were some flaws in the plan, shall we say, and the inventive little scheme was ultimately unsuccessful. Everybody got arrested, though due to poor prosecution, I believe they pretty much all got off. But it caused a minor media sensation at the time, and was a direct inspiration for this film. The producers even went so far as to secure the actual DC-4 used by the smugglers for use in the picture. And the plane is used in the film's finale and even gets billing as a cast member. And to be fair, it gives a better performance than some of the actors. Fair play to said actors, though, especially the real-life brothers playing Oosh and Doosh. You see, In Hot Pursuit is an action movie with no stunt people, and no real safety precautions either. By all accounts, they just got the cast liquored up and had them do these things for real. So when you see the brothers hanging off the helicopter, like is shown in the poster there, there's no clever trickery involved. It's really the actors, and they don't have a harness or any other safety equipment to protect them. When you see cars and trucks smashing into each other, or in one memorable case, through a house, it's legitimately just a regular vehicle, or multiple vehicles, being smashed up. There's no special reinforcement to the chassis or roll cages or anything else sane being used to make sure that people don't get hurt. And look, I guess I can see how, if you know about the fact that this is all being done without stunt people and without proper precautions, that it might create an extra frizzen of excitement to the film. But it was also an extremely irresponsible thing to do. The work undertaken by stunt people is dangerous enough without eliminating the safety precautions, to have amateurs, not professional stunt people doing it without proper safety precautions, is crazy. It's pure luck no one was seriously hurt during the making of this movie, in my opinion. And also, though, to be clear, not as important as the whole, maybe don't deliberately risk people's lives more than you need to, is the fact that professional stunt people and proper precautions would have made the stunts better. Stunt performers are highly skilled professionals. They know what they're doing, and they can do it much more convincingly and much more effectively than even the most willing and lick it up of actors can. Don't do this. But they did, and fortunately, as I said, no one was seriously hurt. Now, stunt work is not the only place where this film comes up short. This is a transparently amateurish production on every level. Weak acting, listlessly structured plot. There are attempts to sort of have escalating slapstick shenanigans. It misses entirely. A lot of the film is actually unless cars are actually smashing into one another, a lot of the film is actually fairly tedious. It's just people sitting around talking to one another. I don't think it's any coincidence that none of the major players of the film, not the writer, not the director, not a single one of the 18 people listed as the top cast, have a single other screen credit on IMDb, because you would not hire anybody off the back of this movie. So yeah, the original crime that inspired In Hot Pursuit is certainly distinctive and quirky enough that it could have been the basis of an interesting film, probably some kind of screwball over-the-top comedy, I'm thinking. Unfortunately, the actual film that got made is ineptly executed on almost every front. A rather drab action film that needlessly endangered the people involved in making it. So that's In Hot Pursuit. Next time, in case any such evidence was actually required, some proof that terrible low-budget movies weren't just a 1970s phenomenon, when we look at 2011 horror action turkey River of Darkness. But that's next time. Until then, thanks for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it.